Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Monadnock Restaurant Project's press conference. Thank you all for joining us today. If you're joining us via Zoom, please be sure to keep your cameras and microphones off at all times and to select the gallery view and hide non-video participant view options in the view panel in the upper right-hand corner of your screen for the cleanest viewing process. We will be taking questions after our statement. You can either share them in the chat box in Zoom or in a comment on Facebook, or raise your hand using the raise hand action in Zoom to be called on and to speak live. My name is Laura Carbonneau, and I will be your host today. I am the marketing manager for Food Connects located in Brattleboro, Vermont. We're a local nonprofit that does farm-to-school programming and has a food hub that delivers local food in our region. I would like to introduce the other members of the task force for this project as well. Jen Risley serves as the marketing manager for the Monadnock Food Co-op and the program manager for the Local Crowd Monadnock. The Local Crowd, TLC, Monadnock is a community-based crowdfunding program helping startup ventures, early growth stage companies, and community-focused projects find access to capital. Since TLC Monadnock launched in March of 2017, 26 crowdfunding campaigns have collectively raised over $230,000 from 1,999 supporters in our community. Monica Marshall is an educator who has worked in Keene for 26 years with various local schools. She has a consulting business called The Traveling Classroom and has connected our community and is connected to our community through many service projects with her students. She served on the Jonathan Daniels Committee for a number of years and has worked as a colonial theater usher, volunteered at Stonewall Farm, and worked with Croca Expeditions. Lastly, we have Luca Paris. Luca is the executive chef and owner of Luca's Mediterranean Cafe, a fine dining restaurant in downtown Keene, New Hampshire, now in its 20th year. In addition to his work at the restaurant, Luca is the president of the board of Culinary Journeys, a program that helps local high school students through scholarship funding go to hospitality and culinary school. So again, thank you to all of our business partners and restaurant participants for being part of this project. And now I would like to turn it over to Luca Paris.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luca Paris. I'm the owner of Luca's Mediterranean Cafe and the president of Culinary Journeys. I want to thank you all for attending, and I appreciate your time for today. On March 16th, 2020, the governor issued a statewide mandate banning all inside dining in New Hampshire restaurants in response to the COVID-19 outbreaks happening in other parts of the country. I witnessed firsthand how it affected restaurants, from how some were able to immediately switch to different formats and how others had to find their footing in this unique and scary circumstance. I watched fellow restaurant owners all weigh staying open for our guests and our community against the fear and insecurity of how we could keep our teams and families safe at the same time. Many restaurants handled the first wave and adapted to change. They navigated new guidelines on almost a weekly basis. Sadly, there were some restaurants that became the circumstance of COVID-19 and needed to close completely. As summer came, many in our industry received a reprieve. With outside and inside dining, although limited, it helped maintain staffing and keep operations going. There is no sugarcoating the reality of these next few months. Winter is the slowest time of the year for food establishments in this region, and the fact that the pandemic is still making people cautious, and rightfully so, has put our industry in a difficult position. There are many local restaurants who are not able to partake of some of the government subsidies and programs because they are so new, and they needed as much of those establishments with decades-long track records. With all this in mind, the team at Culinary Journeys felt it was necessary to create our own stimulus with the people and community that we see step up to the plate every day. We wanted to incentivize as many people as possible to become part of the solution to our current situation. Thanks to the incredible work of our nonprofit, the board voted to allocate $10,000 of our funds to this project. We're calling this effort the Monadnock Restaurant Project, and we want to enlist your help in promoting and helping this project grow beyond the scope of levels that we may not even envision. The Monadnock Restaurant Project, currently funded by Culinary Journeys, has purchased to date $10,000 worth of locally owned gift cards from restaurants and food service establishments, and is in the process of dispersing them to people who could use them within the upcoming month and be able to spend, hopefully, 3 or 4 times more than what's on the card itself. Thanks especially to the Local Crowd Monadnock, Food Connects, and our other partners, including Monadnock Broadcasting Group, the Keene Sentinel, Nanotech, CNS Wholesale Grocers, and the Savings Bank of Walpole. We plan on making sure these gift certificates are used by members of the community who are not directly affected financially by the pandemic. We are enlisting people to spend 3 or 4 times the gift card value and hopefully do it within the months of February and March. The goal is to create an infusion of energy and funds into the restaurant community unlike anything ever seen in the slower months of February through April. But like I said, this is just the beginning of what we can accomplish as a team. The task force, which has formed the Monadnock Restaurant Project, includes Jen Risley, Laura Carbonneau, and Monica Mitchell. They have committed themselves to set up a system where this project can be replicated and updated should someone feel to donate or be part of it. Or if you or your company are inspired to run a program like this on your own, we will be there to help you set that up. Today is the beginning of a game-changing project, and it's something that has potential to be bigger than we can ever dream of. It will help our restaurant community get through the toughest time of the pandemic. Now, let's be clear, this is not only about making sure business owners have their establishments when the dust settles. It's more importantly about keeping the hourly, salaried, and tipped employees working and being able to support themselves and their families. This is about community. This is about a community coming together and being there for an industry that has helped coordinate special occasions, witnessed first dates turn into lifelong romances, housed holiday parties, celebrated successes, or has just been a special spot for a cup of coffee to talk with an old friend. The restaurant community is a wonderful part of any city, and our city has a thriving, young, energetic, and exciting variety of places that desperately need us to help them get through this. The Monadnock Restaurant Project wants to accomplish 3 goals: stimulate the restaurant economy, promote local restaurant scene and the food scene locally as well, and energize our community to action. And with your help and this incredible community, we will make that happen. Thank you for your time. We will be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Luca. And so if you have any questions, please be sure to share them in the chat, or you can use the raise hand icon to unmute yourself, and we will answer your question. One of the questions that we have gotten in advance, here we go, is how do individuals get this gift card or a gift card from one of these wonderful downtown restaurants? And Luca, would you answer that one?
Sure. So the great thing that we got to be able to start with this was our partners in what we're doing. We reached out to 3 local businesses and 2 marketing style partners like the Keene Sentinel and the Monadnock Broadcasting Group. And I'll talk about them in a second, but we originally thought the best way to get it out there is to do them in large groups to businesses that we could start with. And the Savings Bank of Walpole, CNS Wholesale Grocers, and Nanotech were our 3 primary go-tos to start this. They each have received 50 to 100 gift cards, and they're going to disperse them through their their human resources department, and also be able to promote it through their public relations department. The Sentinel and Monadnock Broadcasting Group are going to be able to give those away in different ways that allows the regular public that's not part of those three companies to possibly win them through contests or different ways that they'll be promoting it. So that's the start. We're looking for other companies to be able to give some more to, and who knows where it's going to take off from there.
Great, thank you, Luca. I'll toss this next question to sorry. So this question came from Facebook. I'm jumping around here, sharing this on multiple venues. Are there any other areas doing this? This is from Matt from Facebook. Jen, would you like to talk about some of the projects that we're partnering with and talking about partnering with potentially in the future?
Sure. I was trying to get myself the video popping up, but I've got so many screens up, getting Facebook and videotaping. But yeah, so Peterborough is doing their own project. It's called Community Meals to Go. And we both have the same vision for helping restaurants get through the winter. And they have a really different, unique approach where they're actually asking restaurants who want to participate to make a meal, and then they're giving it out on a weekly basis to people who need more access to food. So we definitely are going to be promoting that program as well as our program, and hopefully having in future phases some cross-pollination of restaurant participation. But for now, we are just based here in Keene, but like Lucas said, we're ready and willing to help others spread the movement.
Great, thank you, Jen. I'm going to toss this one to Luca. This is from Megan in Zoom. What is the dollar amount of each gift certificate?
So the goal behind the gift certificates were an incentive, almost to say to whoever gets one of those, we want you to be part of this and part of the movement, and stealing a term from the New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association, rallying to the restaurant's needs right now. So the idea was depending on the type of restaurant, there'll be different card amounts. If a restaurant's more of a sit-down place with a higher price point per person, we've gone to $20 gift certificates for some of those restaurants. If the price point that you would usually spend at a location would be lower, the gift card was about $10. So if you went to Prime Roast or Brew Bakers or Branch and Blade, I believe those are on the $10 amount. Because we are asking you, if you can and you get one of these, whether it's through a participating business or a partner, or through one of our, the Monadnock Broadcasting Group, or any of these places, that you commit to spending 2 to 3 to maybe even 4 times more than what's on the card. So this is your incentive to go to that next level and help out.
Wonderful, thank you. Another question we have, Jen, maybe you can help with this one, is how can other businesses and individuals get involved with this project?
Yeah, so right now we have a web page started where we're going to be sharing more information, how people can participate, who's participating, and we'll show that at the end of the Q&A session, but it is tlcmonadnock.com/stimulus. So you can actually sign up for updates. We'll send out e-blast updates, or you can just kind of keep an eye on that webpage and find out. We're also launching a crowdfunding campaign to support phase 2 of this project. So definitely check out that webpage and you'll find a link to our crowdfunding campaign as well.
Awesome. I am going to pick up on a question that has been asked frequently of us. And as you see, we have the restaurants and food businesses listed on the PowerPoint or the presentation that you see on your screen. And a lot of the questions that we've received are, how did we choose the restaurants? Well, as a task force, we were each assigned to rank a large list of different restaurants in the Keene community. And we used different criteria to rank that. So my lens was looking at which restaurants and food businesses purchase local food. So putting back money back into the local economy by buying from local farmers or other food producers. While another would view something as, what are the different offerings? Do we want to have a diverse set of different restaurants on this list, so it's not, all just pizza or all Italian? It's a mix of restaurants, and you can see Keene has a very diverse group of restaurants, and so we felt like it was well represented, and we also wanted different sizes of restaurants. And so as we ranked those, we looked at the ones that had the top ranking cumulatively, sorry. And we chose those, and we made sure that they were restaurants that were still open for the season. And we took that chunk and we're like, okay, this will be our phase one. And, as we move forward and thinking about phase two, what other restaurants can we expand it to? We have that list as well. So we're not intentionally leaving anyone behind. Another question, Jen, I'll toss this one back to you, is what do we anticipate the impact to be of this project?
Yeah, kind of echoing what Luca had already stated, we want to stimulate a movement. This is just the beginning. It's going to be organic and homegrown. So we really are looking for individuals to get inspired when they get a gift card from their employer. But one thing I didn't mention is that there's no reason that you have to wait for someone to give you the gift card. You can get out there, go to your favorite restaurant, discover a new favorite, and go out there and get a gift card, spend it yourself, or give it to a friend and ask them to do the same. We really do want to have a ripple effect, not only in our community, but in our local economy. And something that we talk a lot about, the Local Crowd Monadnock, is the impact that shopping or spending your dollars at locally owned businesses have compared to chain stores. That dollar that you spend, it is multiplied 4 times, because locally owned business owners tend to spend their dollars at locally owned businesses. So that spending ripples out. And it really is about creating jobs in the future, keeping jobs now, and having more donations to nonprofits. So it might feel like we're asking you to just spend, but we're asking you to stimulate the local economy through this project. So we anticipate the initial $10,000 that Culinary Journeys invested in this project to go so much farther, not just with the crowdfunding dollars, but with the multiplier effect doing its magic. So we hope that at the end of this, we'll have a stronger restaurant economy, a stronger local economy. We'll have more people understanding what restaurants are going through right now. And at the end of it all, I at least see restaurants finding a way to give back and pay it forward. So the next time we have a crisis in our community, we can use this model to reinvigorate and keep it going, keeping it being paid forward.
Wonderful. And Jen, I'll keep you on the hot seat right now. We have a question from Rick in Zoom asking, how can we donate to the program?
Great. Yeah. So we do have a crowdfunding campaign through the Local Crowd Monadnock. I will share the link, but you can also go right to our webpage that I mentioned before, tlcmonadnock.com/stimulus. You can give $1, you can give $25. Some people have given $500 already because they just felt compelled to pay it forward. So that's a great way that you can contribute. And say that you are one of these lucky people who gets a gift card from your employer, and you're like, you know what? Or say you're a restaurant that we've gotten gift cards from, and you're like, our business is doing fine. Well, see how you can pay it forward. Maybe you're going to give that gift card to someone in need. Maybe you're going to give it to your staff members. Maybe you're going to give your staff a bonus, or take your friends out when you get this gift card. So we are asking you, if you're like, yeah, I don't really need this gift card, give it away. Don't put it in your drawer. If you're a restaurant that is part of this first phase, and you're feeling like, how did I get picked? I'm doing fine. Again, pay it forward in whatever feels right to you. So I know, as the marketing manager for Monadnock Food Co-op, the other hat I wear is that we really are going to start brainstorming how, we're a part of this first phase and we're really excited about that, but how can we can amplify it at the co-op.
Thank you, Jen. Luca, I wonder if you would like to touch on any future plans for this project past this first phase. We keep referencing phase one, but if there's any ideas that we've thrown out for phase two in the future.
I think what we're trying to establish is a mentality of, like Jen mentioned and we've mentioned, paying it forward, paying it back to our community, taking care of us getting into this next level. We have never, in the 20 years that I've been in this town of Keene, I've experienced so much taking care of each other along the way, and the opportunity to give that back and start this initiative was exciting. And what we're already seeing is that excitement building upon itself. So getting more cards out there with this next round, when we talk about near the end of this month, and seeing, what people have donated and what they want to do. But I really would love to see everybody and the state, the New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association, have established their own parameters around this, that it's about getting out there and, well, just going out to eat and doing it differently, doing the takeout, doing it, whatever it is, do your little part. If you can, and you financially can do it right now, go ahead and do it, because these places, there are a lot of places that'll need your help. And we're hoping that with the extra money that comes in, we're taking care of everybody in the region, and then we're going further and further out. So we're excited to see how this multiplies and creates this excitement level after level. And we're hoping you guys are all part of this. We're really excited about it.
Great, thank you, Luca. We have answered all the questions that we've seen in Zoom and on Facebook. I'll put one last call out for any other questions. As you can see here on this slide, these are the businesses that are participating. Oh, and here we go. This is from Caroline in Zoom. Will we have an opportunity to purchase gift cards on your website? Jen, would you like to take that one?
That is a great question that we've been talking about a lot, and we realize that might not be phase two. That might be phase 3, 4, 5, 6. Technology will hopefully be our friend. There's a number of apps that I'm looking at, and if this is coming from the Carolyn, I think it is. Our friends in Vermont are been using some buy local incentive apps. I've been talking with different people on a national level. So there's that opportunity in the future. And then with our crowdfunding campaign, there's an opportunity that we will have some gift cards that we can give out as incentives, as a reward for contributing to our campaign. So stay tuned. If you have any experience with any app that you love, because we do want to make it accessible to lots of people, definitely recommend that, but it's something that we're looking really, really closely at.
And Laura, can I just sneak in for a second?
Yes, please, go ahead.
And I'll implore everybody who's listening, don't wait for us to get you a gift card or buy it through us. If you have a favorite place that you want to see keep going, or you want to try a new place, or you want to experience something different, please go out there and take care of those places. It's really important that we don't wait, because things will get better by the summer and next fall. They have to. Now, we're all hoping for that, right? But right now is a time where restaurants are going to feel it the most, and some places will have a tough time getting through this. And if you feel like you could help now. And don't wait for us to come to you. Be part of it and get excited about it and be behind the movement.
Thank you, Luca. That's a great point. And that being said, if you or anyone you know might be interested in volunteering with our task force, as we grow into phase 2, we will love and appreciate any extra assistance we can, whether it's brainstorming ideas or going out and picking up gift cards for us at restaurants. The more that this can be a community effort, the better. We would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, we have a few minutes left if there are any other questions, but I would like to thank you all for listening in. If you have any questions in the meantime, please visit us online at tlcmonadnock.com/stimulus, as you see here on the presentation, or you can email Jen at jen@thelocalcrowd.com with any questions, and she can either distribute them to whoever sees fit or answer them herself. But we really appreciate you all for joining us today, and thank you very much. We hope that we can all eat, drink, and build community together. Have a nice day.